You are listening to the Built to Grow podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Built to Grow podcast. I'm your host, Tim Lyons, in studio, joined by my co-host, Randy Angston. What's up, man?
Hey, guy.
We back.
We are.
Back. We're sitting in a closed gym right now. Their state of Arizona shut down again. Not cool. News just came out, this morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Mountainside Fitness, which is the kind of the big box local club in the area. How many locations? 13?
Somewhere like that,
15.
I think, yeah.
They fought it, and they got told they had to close by the courts, but they still are suing the governor. So just talked to the CEO actually last night, and he said that he'd love to be on our show next week.
Beautiful.
If he has time, he says he's got a few things,
A few things going on?
just based on schedule. So we'll try to bring in Tom Hatton into the show next week if he's got time. That'd be awesome to just kind of pick his brain on, his stance. I mean, I think we're all in support of fighting this a little bit, but he's just got, bigger pockets than a lot of the little guys. And, so that's happening, unfortunately. And unfortunately, yesterday, Florida, the Miami-Dade County is also shut down. I got an email from gym owner out there, Matt Pack.
Yes, I'm at.
Asking what we are doing out here. And, the honest truth is, guys, and I did a video in our business talk group last night, I feel like it's the gyms that are really making a point to, go out on social media and make a stand. Those are the ones that are getting a lot of the heat from the law. So if you're going to stay open, I say keep a low profile, keep your clients training, and and just don't cause too much noise. And I think you can probably make it through. If
fly under the radar.
Yeah, I mean, there's bigger fish to fry out there for the people, but the ones that are making a statement online, they're the ones getting.
Well, it's that, and then I think I mentioned it in our caller with the Iron Circle the other day. A number of these gyms that have been shut down out here, it started with members. Shockingly, and it was a matter of not that the gyms weren't clean or that they weren't doing what they could. It was just a matter of the client was completely uncomfortable with the position as a whole to continue to operate.
So they told on him.
So they ratted him out. And it's really sad because I guarantee that member then turns around and goes to the grocery store and is still going out to eat. All these other businesses are still operating. It's just because they were told the gym needs to close their doors. Now the gym is a problem.
And the biggest issue that, obviously we're all getting hit right now, but what's happening is, this conception of gyms being dirty and unhealthy now is just, it's damaging the industry. It's damaging it.
Absolutely. And
irreversible damage.
Well, and what we're seeing is independent studies shouldn't have to be done. Time and time again, we've seen a number of them now popping up from especially the UK on just how clean these gyms are and how
they're not a risk.
How they are one of the least likely places that this stuff is going to spread. So, that's our. I mean, I think that's our take on this. Is if you can provide us the evidence to say, here you go, this is why gyms need to close. You might have my ear, but right now it's completely void of any logic. It's just a shot in the dark.
Yeah, I think the governors are having to do something, and so it's an easy target. So anyways, that's our mini rant for this beginning of this episode. We got a good one today. This is something that comes up time and time again. It's hey, what should I be doing for marketing and all this cool stuff? We're going to give you a little breakdown on the difference between, say, Google ads and Facebook ads. And to be super clear, we've kind of transitioned over to Google ads most recently. We're seeing a lot of success in the Google ads search campaigns and smart campaigns, and we'll get into that here in a second. Before I do that, I want to just make a quick announcement. We have the Fitness Growth Summit. We've wrapped up our 30 speakers. It's going to be amazing. Got some giant names on this. They're going to join us. I'm going to basically be interviewing. The topic is this, and this is so fitting for right now. If you want to get in on this, be first to know, because we don't have the website up yet. Go to pfmarketingsolutions.com/summit. Opt in there, and you'll get some information. But the topic for the entire every speaker has the same topic. It's this. You've got 60 days left worth of payroll. You've lost 50% of your clients, and you need to rebuild your business. How would you do it? how would you do it, speaker? And we've already, we're getting the topics back from the speakers as they, as they commit to this, and they're all different.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of.
They're all different, and they're coming from different angles.
This lineup,
so cool. This lineup is bringing some knowledge bombs, and you don't get value out of this. There's nothing you're going to get value out of.
And we've been saying it. I talk about it every time we mention our summits. Like, this is not your typical fitness summit. And that's what I really like about what we bring to the table is it's going to be different. This is business focused. And like you said, I mean, the array of speakers and the positions each of them take on how to do it is awesome because you will be able to pull from each of them and really see some success across the board.
Yeah, or maybe you gravitate to one or two and you just go in hard, and each one of them is going to have a way to find out more information, and it's going to be super cool. So we're pumped about that. We were kind of forced to do a virtual version, but by doing it this way, we're actually getting a lot more speakers involved, and we're going to have a lot more information for you guys. So you're going to be hearing about the Fitness Growth Summit pretty much on every podcast from here until end of September.
Yep.
It's like our main focus. So get excited for that. Okay, going back to the topic at hand. I think there was some news not even like 2 weeks ago that a lot of big advertisers were pulling out of the Facebook ad platform, and for various reasons. Mostly it was like, freedom of speech and censorship and a lot of these reasons that these big companies are pulling out. But when giant ad budgets, it's not going to hurt Facebook, but when they pull out of the auction, because you're basically auctioning for impressions and you're saying, hey, I want to be shown this many times or whatever, and you pay what's called CPM. When you pull out a big chunk of that ad spend, it opens up inventory for smaller advertisers, which you guys should be already seeing the benefits of it already.
Yeah.
By the time you're listening to this, your ad costs are going down. Your CPM, which is your cost per 1,000 impressions, is going down. Your cost per lead, hopefully by default, is going down. And you're getting more leads with less ad spend, or if you're spending the same, you're getting more leads in general. But there's some definite cons when it comes to Facebook ad marketing. There's just, the nature of the platform, and there's some big cons. And so the one thing that we always talk about is Facebook's amazing for demographics. They've got all the data that you could ever ask for. I want to send this to a 35-year-old female with kids in a 5-mile radius of my gym. Like, you can seriously target.
Hyper-targeting, yeah. And
while that's amazing, it also doesn't tell you that person's really interested in what you're showing them.
Correct.
So, it's two different angles. If you look at Facebook and the fact that you can really dial down into the demographic, that's amazing. What's the con is you're going to show it to those people, but you don't know if they are interested in it.
Yeah, the intent of the user.
The intent. Now, the opposite of that is Google. Now, Google's really cool because while the demographic data isn't nearly as in-depth, you can say, I want to show this ad to a 5-mile radius of my location, which is cool because you don't want to be sending this out to like another state. So you can hone in on the area, but you cannot hone in on the demographics. But the big but here is that you can show your ad to people that are actively searching the keywords that would fit the criteria you're looking for. Personal trainer near me. If somebody's searching personal trainer near me, the intent of them wanting a personal trainer
is probably pretty good.
Near them is probably pretty high. So while you can't go down into the weeds as far as the demographics, you can really get a higher targeted interest person opting into your stuff. And so that's why we kind of been leaning towards Google ads. And to be honest with you, we're actually destroying Facebook as far as cost per click and return on investment and total number of leads. And it's odd because people are still searching, but I also feel like a lot of advertisers are pulled out of that platform too, just because they're closed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we're winning on some of the battles, but the hard part about any lead that books an appointment or comes in is like they're not sure that you're even open anyway. Are you open? They go through the whole process. They're looking for a personal trainer near them. And then they get to the booking and consultation, and then they start getting question marks. We've had a lot of people book appointments, and because of the news of Arizona shutting down, they never showed. We've confirmed with them, and then they still don't believe we're going to be open. So putting a pause on that too. Just we have to.
Yeah.
So I don't know when Google came out with this, but I was poking around in the AdWords Ads Manager account, Google Ads Manager account, and I was like, I saw this thing. You've got search ads, display ads, and then there's this new one called Smart Campaigns. I was like, ooh, what's this? Again, it might have been there for the last year, but I haven't been in there that much.
Sure.
So I clicked it, and literally within 90 seconds, I had an ad launched. It's that easy. Guys, if you haven't checked out the Smart Campaigns inside of the Google Ads platform, you need to do it. I basically launched 5 separate ads over like 10 minutes, and it's amazing. You can see the cost per click. My cost per click on Google Ads is about 50 cents.
Nice.
And cost per click on Facebook ads like $3, $4, sometimes even higher.
Yeah, even higher.
So, okay, clicks are great, Tim. What's the point? If I'm getting 50-cent clicks on a targeted interest-based person, I would rather do that all day than
somebody who's getting hit with an ad that they might not even want. Sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
So there's a stark difference. I think Facebook has done a really, really, really good job about making it really easy for businesses to launch ad and spend money with them.
Sure.
They just made it super easy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Google's countered that with the Smart Campaign feature, and it's even easier to launch a Google ad than it is a Facebook ad now. Even easier.
Would it be like a boosted post?
It's about that easy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's literally a wizard.
Mm-hmm.
I just did it this morning with another client, a coaching client. I was showing him how to do it, and it's basically, you have to have 2 criteria first. You have to have a Google My Business page, and you have to have obviously an AdWords account. Once you have those 2, they sync together off of a single Google login. So you obviously want to make sure that your Google Ads account and your Google My Business page is the same,
same.
Gmail account. But once you do that, they talk to each other. They say, okay, click Smart Campaign. Cool. What's your goal? You want map clicks? Do you want people to find directions to get to you? Do you want calls, or do you want website visits?
Nice. So
you click website visits, then it's like, what's your radius around your business? Because it already knows your address.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to type anything in. Let's go 6-7 miles. Cool. Boom. What's next? Keywords. And it says, okay, do you want, based on your website, in searching your website, these keywords would make sense. And so it gives you like 7 to 10 of them, and then you can add more. If you want to add more, you can just type in add new keyword theme, and it brings up another bunch of 20 that you can just select. Maybe you don't do sports performance, but you do one-on-one. Okay, well, maybe you do virtual, and you don't do, whatever. Boot camps is in there. Like, there's a ton of keywords that people were searching for. So it's bringing up the most popular keywords for you. So you select your half dozen or a dozen of those, and you move on. And it's like, what's next? Oh, it writes your ad for you. It gives you a headline, a sub-headline, and a copy, and you can change it. It's all editable. I'm like, well, that's really good copy. I just went with that on my first ad.
Yeah.
I was like, click, and it's like, okay, cool. Based on your, amount of searches in your area, we recommend you spend about, $30 a day. Cool. Click that. Hit next. You can confirm it, and then you're launched.
Nice.
That's it. It's
nice.
it. So, guys, you heard it here first. Smart Campaigns and Google Ads.
Well, there's your homework for the week. If you don't have that pole in the water, do it. Go right now. Like Tim just said, 10 minutes. You could have spend $30 today. See what you can get off of Google.
Yeah. A couple things that you need to have some lead forms on your website. You don't want to send them to your website and not have a way to capture those leads. And for our CLA clients, our client lifecycle automation, they get that lead on their website. It goes into a booking appointment, and everything's done. It's like, you wake up tomorrow, you got 5 appointments.
You got leads, or appointments,
yeah. So, there you have it. There's your little pro tip from ProFit coming at you, a little Google ad. So, should you turn off your Facebook ads? Maybe.
Yeah, when we've got clients, right now, was it Jason was showing us his numbers? He's getting leads at $5 a lead. in Texas on
Yeah.
Facebook,
Yeah.
which for us is nearly impossible in this area.
Yep.
So for him, it's still a big win. But, obviously back to the whole premise of our beliefs is multiple polls, guys. It's not Facebook or Google necessarily. It's what are you spending where and why. Like Tim talked about, the intent behind the user there. You have to understand that. It reminds me of some of the stuff we teach in our marketing aspect of our coaching program.
Oh, yeah, the coaching program.
Oh, yeah.
We talk about stuff.
Oh, yeah, where we teach things like this.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to add it. I already recorded it today, so we'll just
Boom.
add that to the coaching platform. Well, and then also in our GPS, we've got plenty of stuff in there too. So, guys, think about it. Think about if you're ready to relaunch, you can do virtual ads. That way, you can do your virtual training through Google Ads too, and then you can just open up to the U.S. if you wanted to. You don't necessarily have to just tie it to your website.
And that's a big thing. That might be even just as valuable as the Google platform itself right now. I mean, if you're in a position where you need to make more income than you typically, have needed in a long time, and you're tied to your brick and mortar, consider changing that. If you have a virtual platform, like Tim said, open it up nationally. Attract clients from outside your area. I mean, people need to. I mean, think about states like we just talked about. Arizona shut down. Florida shut down. How many of you guys have?
New York still shut down.
New York, yeah. New
Texas.
Jersey, Texas. All of these places still don't have, the ability to walk into a gym and train like these clients are used to. So,
Yeah, well, I think Texas is back open, but
Some,
they're threatening to reclose.
yeah.
So lots to, hey guys, that's just another pole in the water. You got another, you cannot screw up a smart campaign in Google Ads. You can't. Like, it just tells you what to do.
Yeah.
It writes your ad for you, guys. Like, what do you, if you haven't been in there? Oh, and also extra bonus during the COVID situation, it may be in your accounts too. I just got a $300 credit just applied without me having to do anything. So my first $300 on that smart campaign was free. And basically just can continue to run it because I think in like 15 or 16 days we have 30-something leads.
Hell yeah.
A dozen or so appointments, and we're closing deals. So it's like no-brainer. I don't know what else to tell you guys.
Do it.
Do it. All right. So if you have interest in the fitness summit, you go to pfmarketingsolutions.com/summit until we get our regular website up, which will be fitnessgrowthsummit.com. But that's being built. So hang tight with us. Go do some Google ads, guys. Until next time, keep changing lives. See you. Bye.